Hello and welcome. You may have attended a PowerPoint presentation that has kept you engaged and thought about how you might be able to create the same experience for your own audience. Microsoft PowerPoint allows you to use images, audio and video to give your presentation a greater visual impact. Enhancing the appearance of your presentation through the use of multimedia can also help to improve the audience's experience. Maybe you are an employee tasked with creating charts for your company, or perhaps somebody who wants to create a photo or video montage of your parents' anniversary. You could also be busy formatting a presentation for college or work. Whatever presentation you are preparing, this module has something for you. In this module, you'll learn how to add tables, charts, audio and video files, and learn how to customize animations, transitions, and motion paths. So let's get started. Let's begin with Grace. She's an employee of Westcal Publishing. She's been tasked with presenting the quarterly sales figures for the previous 12 months. Grace has a basic understanding of PowerPoint and would like to know more about the features that could enhance the appearance of her presentation. One of the methods you can use to present data is a table in PowerPoint. You can also insert tables from Word or Excel. You'll begin by learning how to create a table. At their most basic, a table is a grid of cells arranged in rows and columns. It's a tool used for various tasks, including presenting text or displaying numerical data. You can even customize tables to fit your presentation. In this basic example, you'll notice information showing sales data for a small company. The top row contains years, followed by the quarterly figures underneath. With the table, the content remains, but the visuals are greatly enhanced, allowing you to go from displaying data like this to this. Your sales data organized in rows and columns in just a few steps. Let's explore how this was completed within PowerPoint. There are different ways of inserting tables into your presentation. Perhaps the easiest method is to choose a slide layout that contains shortcut icons to insert content. Simply click the table icon and you'll be prompted to enter the number of rows and columns you want. In the example, there's 6 rows and 3 columns. So let's enter this and click OK. And that's it. The table's inserted. Another way of inserting a table is by navigating to the Insert tab. Table, Insert Table at the bottom. Again, simply select the rows and columns required and click OK. The final way is by clicking Insert, Table, then in the grid below, hover your mouse over the rows and columns you need. You'll notice a preview on the slide as you do this. Once the correct table dimensions are selected, simply click your mouse button and the table is inserted. When the table is inserted, you'll notice 2 new table tabs created along your ribbon that offer additional choices for the structure and formatting of the table. These will be explored in more detail a little later. To navigate through the cells in a table, simply click in any cell to move directly to it. Once you have typed something into the table, the arrow keys allow you to move through the content and go from cell to cell. If you need to move quickly from one cell to another, you can do this by pressing the Tab key. Great, you've now inserted a table. However, what if you'd like to add more rows and columns? Again, simply select the table, navigate to the Layout tab to the right of the top ribbon. Now, on the right-hand side, you'll find the Rows and Columns section. These buttons allow you to insert additional rows and columns. You simply place your cursor in the cell where the next row or column is to appear. Then, select Insert Right to place a column to the right, or Below to place a row below, etc. Maybe there's too many columns now and one needs to be deleted. Within the Rows and Columns section, you'll also find Delete on the left-hand side. Let's delete the empty row and column just created by selecting the unwanted column, click Delete within the Layout tab, now click Delete Column. You just repeat this process for deleting rows, and that's it. You'll notice there's a large amount of empty space around the table. Let's adjust the size. In the border around the table, you'll notice small handles. These can be used for resizing. Simply click and drag the handles for adjustments. Maybe you want to adjust the size of rows or columns. Just click and drag the separator within the cell, or double-click the separator and PowerPoint automatically fits it to the text within that cell. Sometimes you might have a heading that you want to display across two columns. In these cases, you may want to merge the heading into two cells. Do this by selecting the cells you need to merge. Then, within the Layout tab, click Merge Cells. Maybe you wanted to reverse this action and split them. Simply select the cell and click Split Cells instead. PowerPoint then asks you for the split configuration. Let's choose 2 columns and 1 row. Now click OK, and that's it. The split is performed. Within the Layout tab, you can also adjust the alignment of the table itself. You'll notice that this table is off-center. To improve this slide visually, let's position this in the center. To do this, first select the table. You'll notice circles on the corners and sides once selected. Then click Align Center and Align Middle. And that's it. The table is now aligned to the center of the slide. Aligning the overall table is different to aligning the contents within a cell. To do this, again, staying within the Layout tab, navigate to the Alignment group. Here you'll find several icons that allow you to position the cell contents in different positions. Let's center the text on this table by selecting the middle and center icons. What if it's decided the table is not needed at all? Select the table again. You'll notice circles on the corners and sides once selected. Pressing Delete on your keyboard removes the whole table. However, always check what you have selected before you press Delete, as you might have only wanted to delete content within certain cells. Great! Now you've learned how to insert tables and adjust them. However, what if you need to adjust it to match your company's color scheme? Next, you'll learn some tips on how to format your table in your presentation. In addition to creating her table, Grace has entered the desired text, columns and rows. Now she needs to match the visual elements of the table to Westcal's formatting standards. How great would it be to have the ability to match the colors and text of a table to meet your own requirements? With PowerPoint's design features, you can accomplish just that. When the table was inserted, 2 tabs were created. These are Table Design and Layout tabs that contain options for adjusting styling, borders, or text in your tables. These tabs only appear when the table is selected. Earlier, within the Layout tab, you explored modifying the rows and columns, merging and splitting the cells, changing how the text is positioned inside the table cells, modifying the size of the table, and how to align the table on the slide. The Layout tab also allows you to control the specific size of the cells and the table size. As the Layout tab was covered, let's focus on the Table Design tab now. This tab contains 4 groups. Table Style options provide tick boxes that give you choices around adding banded columns and rows, which make the table easier to read. Table Styles gives a gallery of choices, a quick way to apply a color and a polished look to the table. You can also use the drop-down to view additional options. Table Styles controls the appearance of the table. With WordArt styles, you can customize text using WordArt, which you learned about in the previous module. And finally, Draw Borders customizes your borders, allowing you to adjust the color and width of the border. The easiest way to give your table a more polished look is through styles. Why not give them a go? Place your cursor inside the table, then click the drop-down within the Table Styles gallery. Now, simply select your preferred choice from the styles within this drop-down. And that's it. The style is now applied. Maybe you want to format the table by hand. For example, changing the background color of a single cell. Simply select the cell to be changed, click the Shading drop-down menu in Table Styles group, and simply set your preferred choice. Now that you have selected a style for your table, let's apply a border. First, select the table or cell the border is to be applied to. Now, choose the correct weight and color from the Draw Borders group. As default, these are set to black and at a standard weight. Then select the small arrow on the Borders button within the Table Styles group. You'll notice a drop-down list of borders to choose from. Select the preferred choice and that's it. The border is applied immediately. Great! You've now created a table and formatted it within PowerPoint. Next, you'll explore how to add tables from other Microsoft Office applications. What if Grace's table contained more complex data and calculations? A table inserted from PowerPoint may not suit her needs, or you need to show a procedure that was built within Microsoft Word. How would you link it to your presentation? A great PowerPoint feature is the ability to insert objects from other Microsoft applications, including Excel and Word. Let's do a run-through of the process in PowerPoint. For now, let's just cover Excel and Word objects. However, this process applies to almost any type of file or object. You should note that you can insert content and it will exist in PowerPoint and edit it using the Excel object interface. Or you can insert a link to the original document so that if changes are made in the original, updates are made automatically to your PowerPoint as well. Firstly, click the slide where the object's contents are to appear. Now click Insert along your ribbon, an object on the far right to open the Insert Object box. Then click the Create from File button. Now browse to the location of your file. Select it and click OK. Next, you return to the Insert Object box. Right now, display the file as link or as an icon are not ticked. Ticking link creates a link back to the original source, while ticking icon creates a simple icon that appears on the slide instead. Just tick the most appropriate and click OK. You'll notice it's immediately inserted. You move or resize it in the same way as any other object. The contents of this object can only be edited in its original application. Right-click on the object, then select Worksheet Object and Edit. To delete the object, simply select it and click Delete on your keyboard. Let's explore an alternative approach by adding a blank Excel spreadsheet to your presentation. Why don't you try this now? First, navigate to the Insert tab, then Table, and Excel Spreadsheet at the bottom. Great! You'll notice a new Excel spreadsheet window displayed. Let's expand this by clicking and dragging on the corner of the window to make it larger and easier to see. Now simply enter the data required into the spreadsheet as if you're working on any Excel window. Once you've added the data, click a blank part of the slide. Your spreadsheet is now included in the presentation. To edit the spreadsheet, just double-click in the box to reopen the Excel interface. Well done! See how user-friendly Microsoft makes their features? So, now that you've explored adding tables and objects into your presentation, why don't you test your knowledge and apply what you learned? Charts are a key feature of PowerPoint that offers simple formats for displaying information. The line manager at Westcal has asked Grace to create more visual presentations for the audience. Grace needs to learn how to create, format and insert charts that will help deliver the key points clearly. Before exploring how to insert charts from Microsoft Excel, presenting complex data in a spreadsheet on PowerPoint can be overwhelming for audiences. Thankfully, PowerPoint makes it easy to create charts and helps you to illustrate key points in a visually engaging way. Here's a simple chart showing visitor numbers for 3 consecutive years. You'll notice the chart essentially gives a simplified way of viewing key points, such as the visitor number up the left-hand side and the year along the bottom. Let's add a chart in PowerPoint comparing finance figures across 4 quarters. Move to the slide that you want the new slide to follow. Click the Home tab and then click the New Slide button in the Slides group. This action reveals a list of slide layouts. Click one of the slide layouts that include a content placeholder. The content placeholder includes 8 little icons for inserting different types of content. Click the chart icon in the middle of the content placeholder. Another way of accessing charts in PowerPoint is to click the slide where you want the chart located. Then navigate to the Insert tab. Then Chart. Again, this opens the Insert Chart box. In the Open Chart box, choose a chart type from the left-hand side. Then click a specific chart style from the list from the top. You'll notice a preview below the chart styles. Once your options are set, click OK. Doing this opens a Microsoft Excel window on top of the PowerPoint window. To get you started, it contains sample data that you just overwrite with your own information. You can make the source data larger or smaller by adjusting the blue border. You'll notice the Chart Design and Format tabs, as well as a chart in the PowerPoint window. Enter the data in the Excel spreadsheet or paste it from another source, like a PowerPoint table. Once you have finished editing the data, close the Excel window by clicking X. Great. The chart is now created. If you need to make changes to the chart's data, select the chart, navigate to the Chart Design tab along your ribbon, and click either Edit Data or Edit Data in Excel to open a full Excel spreadsheet. You can also right-click on the chart, select Edit Data, and again, either Edit Data or Edit Data in Excel to open the full spreadsheet. As you make changes, PowerPoint updates the chart. Just close the Excel window when you're done. Great. Now that you've successfully added the chart into your presentation, you'll learn how to give it even more impact by using formatting. Now that you have created your chart, you may want to change the color and style. Like other features you've explored, there's multiple ways to customize your charts. Imagine you've built a chart for your company, but need to adjust the coloring to match your company's branding. This is exactly what Grace needs to do to maintain Westcal standards. Let's explore the Chart Design and Format tabs. When inserting the chart, did you notice two new tabs that appeared along your ribbon? These are the Chart Design and Format tabs. Chart Design allows you to change the overall design of the chart or add and remove elements. But any individual element formatting in the chart would be done using Format. Firstly, click on the chart you created. The Chart Design tab now appears. Here you have various group options that you select to change the layout, style, data, and chart type. When you select the chart, you'll notice three icons to the right. These icons open mini task panes for elements, styles, and filters. They provide a fast, easy way to modify basic chart elements and formatting. Let's now change the chart type by clicking the Change Chart Type on the Chart Design tab. This opens the Change Chart Type box. Now choose a new type of chart. Select a specific style and click OK. Great! You've now changed the chart type. Next to Chart Design, you have the Format tab. This allows you to edit parts of the chart by selecting the area in the drop-down. Insert and modify shapes, adjust the styling for selected components, edit the styling for text or adjust its outline and effects, add alternative text to items to assist accessibility for the visually impaired, adjust items within the chart by aligning them, or you can set the specific size of the chart. Let's try changing the layout of the chart. Click Chart Design, then Quick Layout, and choose a new layout. You change the overall appearance of the chart by clicking the Chart Styles Quick command to the right of the chart, and simply choose a new style. Try accessing the Style Gallery now within the Chart Styles group on the Chart Design tab. Just browse through the styles with the up and down arrows to the right of the gallery. The Chart Styles Quick group also contains a color option to the left that modifies the color scheme of the chart you chose. Great! You have used a few PowerPoint features that make creating and formatting charts a piece of cake. Next, you can learn some tips and tricks on how to manipulate the chart. There are times when styling charts may not give you the exact look you want for your presentation. You may want to adjust a particular column or create a border. The first step is to double-click an element of your chart, or choose the element using the drop-down in Current Selection on the Format tab. Once selected, you'll find a Format pane opens up on the right-hand side. The Format pane has different sections and tabs within it. They allow you to adjust colors and borders, add graphical elements like shadows, and adjust where the element appears on the chart. Any adjustments are made immediately. For example, when solid color is clicked, it adjusts immediately to white. Let's adjust the column selected from blue to green. Simply click the required color in the drop-down. Did you notice how the color changed immediately? Once you've set your options, just close the Format pane by pressing X. Great! Now maybe you'd like to specify where the chart is placed on the slide. Let's do this by right-clicking the outer border of the chart. Now, click Format Chart Area at the bottom. Did you notice the Format Chart Area box open on the right-hand side? Like with individual elements, you'll have options here to adjust colors, borders, and add graphical elements like shadows. What about positioning? Staying within this format pane, select the size and position category. Then click the position subcategory. Now, simply specify the desired position of the chart. Thankfully, resizing specific elements in PowerPoint is completed in the same way as other objects by simply clicking and dragging the resize handles that you learned about earlier. Let's now run through how you would make the chart as a whole stand out. To do this, first select the chart. Now, click the Format tab. Then the Shape Effects drop-down menu from the center. Within here are a list of various effects that can be applied. Now choose a desired effect and then select the variation of that effect you wish. Just click the one chosen. Did you notice how the effect is applied immediately? Let's give the chart a final polish by adding a border. Again, this is done in different ways. Double-click the chart to open the options box on the right-hand side and select Borders at the bottom. Or, again selecting the chart, click Format along your ribbon. Then click Shape Outline in the center to show the drop-down menu and simply choose a color. Great, you've now applied a border and customized various elements. You're well on your way to mastering charts in PowerPoint. Imagine that sinking feeling when someone asks you to present a complex chart in PowerPoint that you just created in Excel. Thankfully, PowerPoint has a few options to help you copy or link your chart to your presentation. Let's run through the process of creating a linked chart in PowerPoint from Microsoft Excel. There are a few ways to create a PowerPoint chart with Microsoft Excel data. One approach is to start the Insert Chart process in PowerPoint, and when the Excel window appears, overwrite the sample data by pasting in data you've copied from another Excel file. However, Excel has more complex charts and calculations, so sometimes this is not suitable. In this scenario, the best option is to create a linked chart. To do this, the chart should already have been completed in Excel. Let's start by copying the chart in Excel. Select it by right-clicking and selecting Copy. Now, open PowerPoint and select the slide on which you want the data to be pasted. Click Home. Then paste drop-down arrow. Now select Paste Special. This opens the Paste Special box. Click the Paste Link button. Ensure that Microsoft Excel chart object is selected from the center list and click OK. Great, that's it. The chart is now inserted into your presentation. You should note that you are not able to edit this chart in PowerPoint. Any changes must be made in the source Excel document. However, when the presentation with the linked Excel chart is opened, you get an Update Links box. Say yes and it will update taking any changes into account. You should note that it doesn't continue to update while the presentation is open. If you need to update it manually, you need to use Edit Links Information. You can access this by going to File, Info, and the Edit Links option is in the bottom right. So there you have it. You have explored some of the features for creating and formatting charts in PowerPoint. In this lesson, you learned how to add and format charts and link a chart from Microsoft Excel to your presentation. Great work and well done. Now, let's test your knowledge and apply what you've learned. Adding media to presentations happens more often than you think. Maybe you want to add a video to liven up a presentation that's introducing a new product, or showing multiple images and want to add a new dimension to your presentation by adding music. In this scenario, Grace is creating a presentation for a new advertising campaign for Westcal employees. To set the mood, Grace wants background music playing over the introduction slide. Then a video that advertises Westcal is shown on the second slide. So, in this lesson, let's explore how to add audio to a presentation and add video to a presentation. Let's start by adding audio to a presentation. Let's take the scenario of Westcal's new advertising campaign and add background audio to the opening slide to set the scene. Firstly, navigate to the Insert tab. Then Media on the right-hand side. Now select Audio from the drop-down, and then select Audio on My PC. You'll notice the Insert Audio box appears. Simply browse to find the audio file on your local drive. Select the file, and then click Insert. Great, the audio file is now added. You'll notice an icon representing the audio has been placed on the slide. You'll also find playback controls under the icon. These appear when the icon is selected, or you hover over the icon with your mouse cursor. Using these controls is simple. Just click play to play, or the move buttons to go back and forward. When you hover over the volume symbol on the right-hand side, a volume controller appears. You can also click on the symbol to mute the audio. Did you notice when the audio icon is selected, two new tabs appear in the top right? These control several additional options for the audio. Let's run through the Audio Format tab first, starting with Adjust, which allows you to modify the icon used to display the sound, even to a personal picture on your device. Picture Styles allows you to apply visual styles to the icon. For example, you can make it a circle to have it look like a button. Arrange lets you adjust the positioning and alignment of the icon. For example, if you have multiple objects like other audio files or pictures in your slide, you may want to align them in a particular way. And finally, Size. This lets you crop and resize the audio icon. Now, let's explore playback. Firstly, Preview allows you to play the clip to test it. Bookmarks allows you to note specific places in the audio track. This allows you to go to a particular point in the recording. You can even start the playback from that bookmark. In the Editing group, you can trim the audio file or adjust the fade. Audio Options allows you to control when an audio clip starts. For example, you might want to start as soon as the slide comes up in the presentation, or maybe you want to be able to click to start the sound. And finally, in Audio Style, the No Style button resets the choices for playback back to default, and the Play in Background button allows the audio clip to continue playing throughout the presentation. Let's discover how to trim the audio file. Staying within the Playback tab, click Trim Audio from the Editing group. This opens the Trim Audio box. You'll notice a timeline displayed in the center showing the length of the audio file. A light blue marker showing the current playback starts moving when the play is selected. At the beginning and the end, you'll find a green and red marker. You drag these to adjust when the clip starts or ends. You should note that this tool doesn't allow you to cut audio from the middle and splice the remaining pieces together. You can only trim from the beginning or the end. Under the timeline, you'll find a Play, Next and Previous button. Once you've finished trimming, simply click OK. PowerPoint supports numerous file formats that you can use in your presentations. To read a full list of supported types, navigate to the Help ribbon. Click on Help and then type Supported Sound Formats into the search bar in the Help pane. Great! That's inserting audio explored. Next, you'll have an opportunity to add videos to your own presentation. You'll be happy to hear that adding videos follows a similar process to adding audio. Imagine attending a presentation where the presenter stops their presentation to find the video they would like to share with the audience. With PowerPoint, you can insert the video into the slide so that it plays directly from your presentation. As with audio, PowerPoint supports numerous file types that you can use in your presentations. To find a full list of supported types, simply run a search within the Help ribbon like what was covered earlier. In this scenario, Grace has moved on to the second slide in her deck. This is where she'll add the Westcal advertisement video. Let's try adding this in PowerPoint. Firstly, select the slide where the video is required. Then navigate to the Insert tab. Now, Media on the right-hand side, and select Video in the drop-down. Here you have a choice. You can add a video from an online source or from your own device. For the purposes of this lesson, let's select Stock Videos. Simply scroll until you find a suitable video, select it, and click Insert. Great! You'll find that the video is immediately embedded in the slide. Like other objects you interacted with, you can resize or reposition the video by using the handles on the corners. You should note that adding a video into your presentation can impact significantly on the size of your PowerPoint file, which could affect the presentation being sent by email. Did you notice the additional tabs in the top right that appeared when the video was inserted? As with audio, these control several additional options for the video. The first one, Video Format, has options for controlling the way the video appears in your presentation. Starting with Preview, which allows you to test the video by playing it immediately. Or Adjust, which gives options for applying color corrections, brightness, etc. You also have Video Styles, which customizes borders, effects, and lets you change the video shape. And Accessibility, which offers the alt text option for describing the video to help people who are visually impaired. If you have multiple items including other videos or images, Arrange lets you stack or align them so they don't overlap each other. And finally, Size, which allows you to crop the video's edges and change the physical size of the video. The second tab is Playback. This has similar features to the Playback tab in audio that you covered earlier, except with video you have Video Options, which lets you adjust specific items like playing in full screen or hiding the video when it's not being played. And you also have Captions, which lets you insert captions into the video. Another great feature of PowerPoint is Poster Frames. This option applies still images to a video frame whenever the video is not being played. It's useful when the first frame is not of good quality or not suitable. Let's apply one now. First, click the Video Format tab, then Poster Frame in the Adjust group on the left. Here you have a choice. Use the current video frame being displayed, which is inserted immediately, or choose one from your device. Let's select from your device and use a stock image for now. Then simply select the picture and click Insert. Now when you click away from the video, the image chosen is displayed until you click the play button. Trimming the video follows the exact same process as trimming audio. You complete this through Playback tab, then Trim Video. As with audio, this tool only allows you to trim from the beginning or the end. Well done! You've now learned how to add audio and videos to your presentations. What's even better is how user-friendly Microsoft have made these processes for you. Now let's test your knowledge and apply what you've learned. Animations can be used to help illustrate the progress of a presentation or highlight key points. While animations may seem like minor improvements, they improve the visuals and flow of information being presented. In an earlier module, you discovered how to add animations to PowerPoint. However, what if Grace is tasked by her line manager with testing animations on an existing presentation? In this lesson, let's explore how to customize animations through the Animation pane, explore the Timing group, and add motion paths. Let's start with customizing animations. You already learned how to add animations. However, what if the animation is not timed correctly? Or you need content on the slide to appear separately? How would you control the flow? Let's explore the Animation pane, which controls the timing and structure of applied animations. In this example, you have the first slide of a health and safety presentation. Currently, all the objectives will appear at once when you click. You can see this because all the animation indicators have the same number in them. Let's explore the Animation pane for this slide in PowerPoint. The first step you take is to open the Animation pane. Navigate to Animations along the top ribbon. Then Animation pane. You'll notice the Animation pane opens on the right-hand side. Here you can see which animations are applied to this slide. The icon indicates the animation category. The green star indicates an entrance effect. At the top of the pane is the Play All command. Clicking this plays the animations in its current setting. You'll also find small arrows on the right-hand side. These allow you to change what position each animation appears on the slide. The small green bars to the right of each animation represent the length of time that animation lasts. At the bottom of the pane, you find the Seconds drop-down menu. This is used to zoom in or out of the timeline, or used to scroll through the timeline when there are multiple animations. With animations, you also have the ability to add a sound effect. To do this, navigate to the Effect Options box. First, select the target animation in the Animation pane, then click the Option button in the lower right-hand corner of the Animation group. Once open, the Effect Options box shows the name of the animation in the title bar. Typically, within this options box, you'll see 2 or 3 tabs that allow you to add an effect or adjust the timing. You'll see a third tab if you are animating specific types of content, for example, charts or smart art diagrams. Let's try adding a sound by clicking the Sound drop-down command. Now choose one of the sound clips that are listed. Once a sound is selected, click the sound icon to set the volume for this sound. When you are done, click OK to apply. Great! You've now learned about animation effects like entrances and exits, and also added sound to make your PowerPoint presentation more dynamic. Next, you'll explore motion paths and the timing group. Now, let's discover how to control these animations by using the timing group in the Animations tab. Taking our earlier example of the health and safety presentation, currently all the objectives appear at once. Let's run through the process of having them appear one at a time. Let's first select the 4 objectives that need adjusting. Now navigate to the Animations tab. On the right-hand side, you'll find the timing group. The first item you'll notice is the Start drop-down. This allows you to choose when each animation occurs. You've 3 options here. On click, this starts the animation when you click the slide. With previous, starts the animation at the same time as the previous animation. And after previous, the animation starts immediately after the previous animation. In this case, the presenter wants to control when each object animates, so let's select On Click for these items. The duration box sets how long the animation lasts. Let's leave this at 0.50. You also have a delay box which delays the animation. This is useful where you want a time gap between animations taking place. Finally, when you have an object chosen that has an animation applied, you can change the order of when the animation takes place by using the Move Earlier or Move Later commands. Since these items have been changed to On Click, you'll notice to the left of the object sequential numbers have appeared. This indicates the order in which the animations take place. Now let's preview this via slideshow. You'll notice now that only the first line appears. The rest do not appear until the mouse cursor is clicked. Let's look at a different scenario. What if the Westcal logo starts in the middle of the page? How can you move this out of the way before the objectives start animating in? This is accomplished through a PowerPoint feature called Motion Paths. They allow you to move objects along a designated path at a specified time. Let's apply one in PowerPoint. Begin by selecting the Westcal logo. This is the item you want to apply the motion path to. Now, navigate to Animations and click the drop-down arrow in the Animation group for a full list of animations. Then, just scroll to the bottom to find Motion Paths. For this example, click Lines. That's it. The motion paths applied. You'll notice the logo moves immediately downwards and a line has been created. The line has green and red ends. The green end represents the beginning of the motion path, while the red represents the end. As standard, it's been set to move downward. Let's change this by clicking and dragging the red end into the place that you want the logo to finish. Now, navigate to the Animation pane and select the logo animation. It's right here at the bottom. In this instance, we want the logo to automatically move after the first line animates in. So, use the arrows at the top of the pane to move this earlier. And now in the Start drop-down, select After Previous. Great! Let's preview these animations in full now. Select Play All from within this animation pane. You'll notice how the first line is already placed with the logo. Then the logo moves to the right, allowing the objectives to be clicked onto the screen. Great! You've now discovered numerous features Microsoft PowerPoint offers for enhancing presentation appearances. You learned to enhance your slides using different types of media and how to add and customize animations. You also explored tables and charts. Let's recap what you've learned. You started by learning how to enhance figures and statistics by creating a table within PowerPoint. You then learned how to format tables by exploring the Layout and Design tabs. You also learned how to insert Excel spreadsheets and other documents directly into presentations. Then you moved on to creating charts and learned how they are better for presenting complex data. Next, you explored the various chart formatting options available, including choosing a new layout, selecting a new chart style, and modifying the various elements of the chart. You then discovered how to insert a chart directly from Excel. You added video and audio to presentations and learned how to format them to suit your needs. In the final lesson, you customized animations and worked with the timing group and animation pane, before finally applying a motion path to a slide and formatting its timing. Well done! You are well on your way to creating great presentations. Now you've covered enhancing the appearance of your presentation. Why don't you test your knowledge and apply what you've learned?
Thank you for watching our video. We hope you found it helpful. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button below and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. If you know someone who could benefit from this information, please share it with them. We would love to hear your thoughts on this learning course, so please leave a comment below. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.